Michael stood frozen in the cereal aisle of the supermarket, staring blankly at the shelves. He wasn't really looking at the boxes, his mind was elsewhere, heavy with worry. Being a single dad wasn't easy, but most days he managed. He worked hard, cooked simple meals, helped with homework, and tried his best to be both father and mother to his little girl, Emma. But today was different. Tomorrow was Family Day at Emma's school, a day where children brought their parents to share stories, play games, and showcase family traditions. When Emma came home bursting with excitement about it, she had innocently said, "Daddy, will Mommy come this time?" Michael's heart sank. Emma had been just 2 years old when her mother walked out of their lives, unable to handle the struggles of parenthood. Now, at 7, Emma still carried a quiet hope that her mom might someday show up. Michael didn't have the heart to shatter that hope completely. But he also couldn't bear the thought of Emma being the only child at Family Day without a mom beside her. That's why he found himself standing in the grocery store, lost in thought, unsure what to do. And then fate intervened. As he reached for a box, his hand accidentally brushed against someone else's. A woman with kind eyes and a warm smile looked up at him. She laughed softly, "Sorry about that." "Go ahead." Michael mumbled thanks, but something about her gentle presence struck him. She seemed approachable, safe. He didn't know what made him do it, but before he could stop himself, he blurted out, "This might sound strange, but, could I ask you a favor?" The woman, whose name he soon learned was Sarah, tilted her head curiously. "Depends on the favor," she said with a half-smile. Michael took a shaky breath and explained his situation, how tomorrow was Family Day, how Emma was expecting a mother figure, and how he didn't want his daughter to feel left out. His voice cracked as he admitted, "I know it's crazy to ask a stranger, but, would you come, just for a couple of hours, and pretend to be her mom?" There was a long pause. Michael instantly regretted saying it. He rubbed the back of his neck awkwardly and added, "Forget I asked." That was. But Sarah interrupted gently, "No. I understand." Her eyes softened, and she whispered, "Actually, I'd be honored." The next morning, Michael nervously walked Emma to school. Sarah walked beside them, holding Emma's hand like it was the most natural thing in the world. Emma looked up at her with wide eyes and asked shyly, "Are you my mommy?" Michael's chest tightened, ready to jump in and explain, but Sarah knelt down to Emma's level and said softly, "Sweetheart, I may not be your mommy, but today, I'm here just for you. And if it's okay, I'd love to be your special friend." Emma smiled, the kind of smile that could melt the hardest heart, and nodded. She clung to Sarah's hand all the way into the classroom. During the activities, Sarah didn't just sit quietly and play the role. She fully embraced it. She braided Emma's hair before the group photo. She painted with her during the art session. She even brought homemade cookies that she claimed were a secret family recipe, just so Emma wouldn't feel left out. But the most powerful moment came when each child had to stand up and share something about their family. Emma looked nervous. She whispered to Michael, "I don't know what to say." Before he could answer, Sarah leaned in and whispered, "Just tell them what makes your daddy special." When it was her turn, Emma stood up, clutching Sarah's hand. Her voice wavered at first, but then she said clearly, "My family is my daddy. He makes the best pancakes, he sings silly songs when I'm sad, and he never forgets to kiss me goodnight. I think he's the best dad in the whole wide world." The room went silent. Michael's eyes stung with tears. And then, right there in front of the class, Sarah added softly, "And do you know what else? Your daddy is also the bravest man I've ever met, because he loves you enough to move mountains." Michael's breath caught in his throat. He hadn't expected her to say that. He hadn't expected anyone, especially a stranger, to see him that way. As the day ended, Emma skipped happily between them, her laughter ringing through the air. "Today was the best day ever," she exclaimed. "Thank you, Miss Sarah." Michael smiled but felt a lump in his throat. He turned to Sarah as Emma ran ahead and said quietly, "I don't even know how to thank you. You didn't just help Emma, you helped me too." Sarah smiled warmly. "Sometimes the right people cross our paths for a reason, Michael. Maybe today was one of those times." That evening, as Michael tucked Emma into bed, she hugged him tight and whispered, "Daddy, I know she's not really mommy. But it felt like someone cared for us today. I liked it." Michael sat on the edge of the bed, brushing her hair back gently. "Sweetheart, you'll always have people who care for you. And you'll always have me." But deep down, he knew something had changed. Sarah wasn't just a stranger anymore. She had stepped into their lives at the exact moment they needed her most, and in doing so, she had given them something priceless: hope. Weeks passed, and Sarah continued to visit. Sometimes it was just for a quick stop to say hi. Other times she joined them for dinner or helped Emma with school projects. What started as an act of kindness slowly blossomed into something more, an unexpected bond, not just between Michael and Sarah, but between Sarah and Emma as well. And one evening, as the three of them shared ice cream on the porch, Emma looked up at Sarah and said, "You know what? You don't have to be my mommy, because you're already my family." Tears welled up in Michael's eyes, and for the first time in years, his heart felt whole. Sometimes, life brings strangers into our world at the exact moment we need them most. What started as a desperate plea from a single dad became the beginning of a new chapter, a reminder that family isn't always about blood. Sometimes, it's about love, kindness, and the courage to open your heart. Michael had asked a stranger to pretend. Instead, she gave them something real. And in the end, it wasn't just Emma whose life was changed that day, it was all of theirs. Sparkle's message of the story. Kindness has the power to transform lives. Sometimes, the simplest act of compassion, stepping into someone's world, even for a moment, can leave a mark that lasts forever. Family isn't always defined by who we're born to, but by who chooses to love us along the way.